inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Murray will tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. From the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They're going to look to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Robert Alford. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie. And, you know, sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Get up! We got three, fellas. We got three. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. Fighting through. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jones coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bowman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. First down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway. of the gun. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he fends him off. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Flushed out right. Looking deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. No, a nifty juke there.
That's fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll set up to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. He'll drop to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Here's Murray for the extra point. Murray connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They go play action here on first down, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Let's go.
Back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Murray's kick is up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
21.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. That's exactly what they did there.
Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And on the ground they go with a running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Take it at the 37. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
4 down, check, 4 down. Hey, got it.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
47 is Mike, boy, 47. 20. 54, south. Ready to go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Ryan. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie things at 20 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll set up a throw. And this one's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, the juke. And now running right through it. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a really good pickup of 28 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Atlanta. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Brandon Williams. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 47 Mike. Hey, go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Charles Tapper in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They run a draw here on 2nd down, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Brandon Williams, a big tackle, gets him down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ryan now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 46 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Here we go!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Last stop! Last stop!
They come out here in the eye. And they'll run it here. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Murray's kick is up and good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Perry in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful, because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.